All right, Sean, we're looking at Disney right now. It's at 112 today. Um, Looks like it was at 191 back on March 15, 2021 from I believe it's all-time high. So now, yeah, 197. So it looks like it's taking a decent hit over the last year and a half. What are your thoughts on Disney?
Well, Disney's one of those companies that when you think about their operations, everything they do, I mean, it's a sprawling business. They are in so many different industries. They're producing content in terms of films and cartoons, and they have their theme parks, the cruises, the shows, everything. And these were all set to just be decimated by COVID-19, and they were. They got crushed in those areas. But right before COVID, they dropped their direct to consumer streaming platform, Disney Plus, which has access to all the Disney content in one centralized location. And that includes Star Wars, Marvel, everything. And this all dropped, months before the pandemic started. And it caused explosive growth in subscriber and views, everything. And while they got killed, no doubt, in the other sectors of their business, the full force of the pandemic was blunted by the massive growth of Disney Plus and being launched at the perfect time and everyone being stuck at home watching shows.
Yeah, definitely. It's a company that's market cap at 200 billion, which is pretty solid. It's not higher. I don't think it's high at all. They're growing every year. It's COVID year being an anomaly. Just looks like they're always on green. These guys, they figure it out. I remember when they bought Star Wars at 3 billion or 8 billion, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, oh wow, these guys are spending $8 billion
Oh, they
on
overpaid.
yeah, they overpaid George Lucas, and this guy was flossing. Oh yeah, smartest guy in the world. Now they've made like several Star Wars movies, and they got Star Wars right.
And now they've got
So
TV shows that are streaming
yeah,
exclusively on Disney Plus, which is
yeah,
part of the reason for launching because they can get these subscribers because it's the only game in town. It's the only place you can watch it now.
yeah. So
Just for comparison, though, so with the launch of Disney Plus, I mean, it's hard to describe how successful this was and how perfect the timing was for it to drop. It took a year and a half for Disney Plus to hit 100 million subscribers. By comparison, it took Netflix over 10 years to hit that same number of subscribers. So Disney Plus was huge. It dropped at the perfect time, and they were getting killed in basically all other aspects of their business, and they just took it on the chin like a champ. They kept the parks closed. They did everything they had to do, and as long as they needed to. And so we saw them take a hit. I'm looking back at the last few years. Earnings per share in their September 2019 statements. Basic and diluted earnings per share was 6.64 in September 2019. September 2020, it was negative 1.58. And September 2021, diluted EPS was 1.09. So we see them still lagging, but we're coming up on them dropping their annual reports for 2022 this coming month, and that's going to be really interesting to see what they come up with. I would expect explosive growth coming out of the pandemic.
yeah, I don't know if you tried to get any Disney tickets recently or even like a little bit.
Is it even possible?
It's impossible sometimes. And if you do go, it's crowded. Everybody complains about the long lines. Even the lines were long as it was before COVID. Now it's even longer.
Well, everyone wants to get out of the house. They're going stir crazy after the last 2 years.
You got like kids that are like barely born to like freaking 40-year-old fanatics.
Oh yeah.
It's too much sometimes.
They also, I don't know personally, but I anecdotally have spoken to people who have these Disney passes, and they wiped out all the old Disney passes over the pandemic and brought in a whole new scale for Disney passes. The all out one is like over $1,000 now.
Yeah.
So they're just, I mean, they're restructuring everything and taking advantage of the downtime.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like having a toll pass for the 91, where 91's a freeway here in Southern California. If you're from around here, you know how packed it gets. But anyway, like even people that have a toll pass, they're paying $20 to sit in traffic for
Yeah,
that toll pass. And,
that's what it was, really, no joke.
that's like these guys that get the fast pass at Disneyland, they still get a long line. So, but yeah, look at them. They're always green. It's barely do have a red month or quarter.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, they're one of the most beloved brands in America, and frankly, they were losing. I think it was around, I think fourth quarter of 2020, they lost like 2.2 billion
Yeah, they were losing
just
a
from
lot.
having everything closed, just
Yeah.
bleeding. But they took it on the chin and they revamped other aspects, and then it got blunted by this drop of Disney Plus at the perfect time. And their subscriber growth has been really incredible.
Yeah.
And what you would expect for Disney. I mean, they have such a following. It's like a
Yeah,
cult
there's another
following.
company that has a great CEO, Bob Chapek. So they're in good hands.
I'm going to be curious to see what their statements are like in about a month from now. It'll probably drop September 30th. That's going to be one to look forward to because where they're at now, what, $112 a share?
Yeah.
112.08 is where they closed today on August 31st. I mean, they're dipping again. And I would imagine we're going to see some good statements drop from them about a month from now.
Yeah.
And now might be a good buying opportunity.
Yeah, this is one of those where it's definitely going to continue growing. These guys are massive. They know exactly what the heck they're doing. They control ESPN, Hulu, I think.
Oh yeah.
So the Disney Plus package is the way to go. If you have kids, you have to get it. It's not even a question of
Yeah, it's not even optional.
Yeah, it's something that you must have, and kids are still going to be coming out. So, yeah, Disney's definitely.
And as everything we see the pandemic rebound, I mean, I think they're set to just take off. I mean, even more so than they were, and they're priced pretty fairly right now.
So if you have $1,000, are you buying close to 10 shares of it?
Yeah, I would buy Disney, but yeah, I would buy Disney. I would buy Disney.
Cool.
What about you?
I think I would.
I don't know what kind of returns we're gonna see. It's hard to say, but could the money be spent better elsewhere? I don't know, but would I buy it? Yeah, it's safe for sure, and we're probably gonna see a decent return on that after the next statements drop, I would assume.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Like Disney, it's again, it's comparable to the top companies like your Teslas, your Apples, your Amazons, and yeah, I like it.